And I'm Dr. LaRonda Phillips, and so my background is in the field of psychology and special education. And how I came to Smart Goal Educational Consulting was that during the pandemic, I have a best friend who has a child who has a developmental disability. She has Down syndrome. And during the pandemic, a lot of parents were charged with taking their children into more of a homeschool type of setting. And she would refer them to me because and that's when I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily have some of the resources that they need to navigate this space. And so I decided that I wanted to be that person to provide help in that area. And so, like I said, my background is in the field of special education, mostly with autism spectrum disorder. So I started my career 20 plus years ago when I was a Kennesaw State University student. And I was an ABA therapist for doing in-home therapy for a little boy with autism. And they hired an ABA therapist because they wanted one at each educational level. They wanted one that was, come on in. They wanted one that was working on a bachelor's degree, and that was me. They wanted a provider that was working on a master's degree, and they wanted one that was pursuing a doctorate degree at the time, which was a PsyD. And so working as a team, I just really became really interested in autism in general, and it became my passion. And one of the things that I noticed is, as a college student, I was struggling with, a lot of things. I believe that I had a lot of attention deficit concerns. And so some of the strategies that I used with that little boy, I started using them with myself as a college student. Things like, not necessarily, not having a environment that is so full of distractions. Things like using a timer to make sure that I can help myself with executive functioning and things like that, and calendar, and just using a lot of checklists. And so some of the strategies that I use with myself really kind of made me take a look at this disability in a different way. And at that point, I was all in. And so I also was an autism teacher for the public school system. I worked for the Marcus Autism Center to kind of get started. After that, I went into the public school system as an autism teacher. And as a special ed teacher in the public school system, an autism teacher was pretty much the only role I had when I was in the classroom.